Move that the Loudoun County School Board adopt the proclamation recognizing March 10, 2023 as SEL Day as follows. Whereas the social emotional learning, SEL, is the process through which all young people and adults acquire and apply the knowledge, skills, and attitudes to develop healthy identities, manage emotions, and achieve personal and collective goals, feel and show empathy for others, establish and maintain supportive relationships, and make responsible and caring decisions. Whereas SEL competencies develop throughout our lives and are essential to our successes in our schools, workplaces, homes, and communities, and allow individuals to contribute meaningfully to society. Whereas SEL can be taught and developed throughout childhood, adolescence, and beyond. Whereas schools, families, and the wider community must be engaged to enhance the strength, depth, and pace of acquisition of SEL competencies. Whereas supporting SEL is a wise use of public resources because there can be long-term social and economic benefits to society from the implementation of evidence-based SEL. Whereas Loudoun County Public Schools continues to support 1, students in their acquisition of core SEL competencies of self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, relationship skills, and responsible decision-making. 2, community building and connections across the school environment to support student learning. And 3, learning environments that foster welcoming, affirming, and inclusive opportunities to promote equitable opportunities for academic and social successes in school and in life. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Loudoun County Public School Board proclaims the second Friday of March as SEL Day in Loudoun County Public Schools and encourages all community members to learn about and share their knowledge of the importance and impact of integrating evidence-based SEL into our schools, organizations, and community.
Second.
Seconded by Ms. Sheridan. Ms. Reaser, would you like to speak further to your motion?
I'm just going to speak to it briefly. We heard some public comment about people having a problem with SEL, and as I'm reading this proclamation, I hear us talking about equitable opportunities. Opportunity, in my opinion, is not a limited resource. Giving it to someone doesn't mean you've taken it away from anyone else. Opportunity exists for all of our students. And talking about building community and connections and awareness and relationships and responsible decision-making are things that all of us support. And I think it's long past due that we speak out about public comment being used to create taboo 3-letter words in LCPS. And I'm going to start by doing that right now. Thank you.
Further discussion. Ms. Polifko.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I will not be supporting this proclamation, and it's not because I don't want children to learn about how to make good decisions and that I don't want them to be self-aware and that I don't want them to have empathy for others. It is because social emotional learning has become hijacked by companies that are making an extreme amount of money off of the product they are selling. And it's a very unfortunate thing that people have to come to these meetings, and I was actually one of those people last year. I came to a school board meeting, I came to 2 school board meetings, I came to 3 school board meetings to talk about social emotional learning. I reached out to my board representative to talk about the problem that we have with social emotional learning being that the product that we are using right now in Loudoun County, which is called Second Step Social Emotional Learning, is affiliated with Learning for Justice. The problem with Learning for Justice is that it actually states that their mission, which is formerly known as the Southern Poverty Law Center, is to be a catalyst for racial justice in the South and beyond, working in partnership with communities to dismantle white supremacy, strengthen intersectional movements, and advance the human rights of all people. And people might say, well, what's wrong with dismantling white supremacy? We don't want white supremacy. But by saying that, you're inferring that there is white supremacy, which is actually in violation of Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which states that if you are going to refer to one race as inherently superior or inferior to another, you are breaking the law. And why would we want to do that to our students? Why would we want to buy a product and insert that product into classrooms that is affiliated with a company that is seeking to disrupt and dismantle white supremacy when that goes against the governor's executive order number 1? We should not be implementing instruction in our classrooms that divides our students or that teaches them about critical race theory, like Second Step does when it is affiliated with Learning for Justice here. It teaches about intersectionality. And we could say that teachers aren't using that intersectionality, privilege, and oppression. We could say teachers aren't using those resources, but they are, in fact, affiliated with Learning for Justice, which is a free resource for teachers to utilize in the classroom. I spoke about this last year with a family in the administrative building because this family did not want that child to be a part of social emotional learning. And this is a family's choice. It is a family's responsibility to guide morality in their children. Now, furthermore, do we need to have character education in our schools according to the state of Virginia? Yes, we do. But part of the criteria for character education is that we shall not be including any religious or political indoctrination. In 2020, the Collaborative for Academic, Social, and Emotional Learning readjusted their framework. CASEL is the governing body of all social emotional learning in this country. They own it all, everyone. They own it all. And do you know what their vice president said? Their vice president said that they seek to socio-politically influence youth. So that person who spoke this evening in that virtual comment, she was right. Social emotional learning is taking politics and it's bringing it into the classroom, and it's doing it in an extremely subtle way. Yes, it is, Ms. Reaser, because this is another article that is from Learning for Justice that is affiliated with Second Step, which, by the way...
Point of order, Chair. Ms. Polifko
Reaser,
is attacking another board member, and that is against our policy. Yes, she is. She addressed me, and I'm speaking to the chair, which you are not anymore.
Ms. Reaser, I believe she's debating the motion. I don't believe she's attacking your character or attacking you personally.
She addressed me individually, and our debate is not supposed to be between... It's not supposed to be an argument between board members. It's supposed to be about the motion.
Ms. Polifko, you're free to debate the merits of the motion, but Ms. Reaser is correct that you shouldn't be addressing your comments to board members. You should be directing them to the chair when you debate the motion.
Mr. Chair, I would like to make you aware that within Learning for Justice, which is affiliated with Second Step, which teachers are encouraged to use in their lessons according to the lesson alignment chart in Second Step, there is an article about Black Lives Matter, about police brutality, that states at the very end, all lives do not matter and never have. Why would we teach that to our children? That is dividing them. It is poisonous, and it is not something that we should be funding, and it is not something that we should be teaching our students. I think that beyond this proclamation, the board needs to have a discussion about doing a deep dive into Second Step, because as far as I can see, that probably didn't happen when this product was purchased. It violates Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. We can teach history, we can teach all of history, but what we should not be doing is bringing American Marxism into our schools. So I will not be supporting this proclamation, and we can move this discussion to another day. Thank you, Chair.